All right, and welcome back to Biblical Hebrew. We're on chapter 3 on syllables and pronunciation. We're going to go over tonight the workbook, the homework that you were supposed to do in breaking down the Hebrew words into syllables. Um, so let's go ahead and get started with that. The it says syllabify the following Hebrew words, and that's what we're going to do. Because of technical difficulties showing the syllabification of words with doggish forte, I want to just go ahead and do it audibly versus any showing you visually on through video. But anyhow, we can go ahead and do this and just apply the same rules that we went through in the grammar on doggish forte, where you write the double letters and divide it up. Into the syllables. So one closes the first syllable, the other one opens a new syllable. So let's go ahead and go into our homework here. The first one we have is Avraham. Avraham. We have here the first syllable is the aleph and the patak with the shavah, non-vocal shavah, because it's following a short vowel here. This closes the syllable off under the vet. So it's Av, and then we have the next syllable started with the resh in the comments, and then we divide off the next syllable for the hey, the comments, and the mem sufit, or the final mem right here. Av, ra, ham. Number 3 is geveret. The syllable is actually on the pretonic syllable. Well, actually, this is the tonic syllable, and the other syllables are the pretonic. So you got right here, you got Gaveret here, you got the Gimel with the vocal Shavah. This Shavah comes at the very beginning under the first consonant, so it's always vocal. Um, and then you have the Vet with the Sagol and a Resh with a Sagol on the top. So you got consonant, vowel, then consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant. So your third syllable is actually a closed. You got two opens and a closed syllables here. Okay. All right. Let's go to chukah. Chukah. Um, you have a dagesh. Can you tell me what this is? Is this a dagesh? Is this a begakifat letter? No, it's not a begakifat letter. So that is a doubling dagesh. And so what we're going to have here is we're going to have the het here with the kibbutz, with the kof, and then we're going to split the kof in half, and we're going to put another kof with a comments hey. So there's two syllables, hook ka, hook ka, and that's what you would have in number 3 here. Same thing with yabashah. Yabashah has the yod, the patak, and the bait. Then there's a vertical line in between the bait and the comments, and then another vertical line, and then the shin, the comments, and the hay. So this is 3 syllables: yab, ba, sha. Number 5 is ka'asher. Ka'asher. Remember the patak, hatef patak is vocal up under the guttural olive. So we would go here and say it was a kaf. And what type of kaf is this? What type of dagesh is this in this kaf? It's a dagesh lene, because this is a begakifat letter, and it is not following a vocal vowel. So you got ka, a, aleph with the patak, hatef patak, and then share, the shin sagol, and the resh. Ka'asher. Can you say it? Ka'asher. Okay. Number 6 we're going to go into is mil chama. Mil chama. So we have the mem and the hirik and the lamed. This is a non-vocal shava because it's following um, a short vowel, a hirik. So we break the syllable here, and then we start with a consonant for the next syllable, chet and comments. Okay, then we break the next syllable, mem, comments, hey. That's mil, cha, ma. Okay, all right, we go down to number 7 here. We have re, u, vein. Re, u, vein. We would break it off at between the resh and the shava. Remember, reshes are the only semi-gutturals that actually take a vocal shava. That's why it's called semi-guttural. And it's resh, so re. Then the next syllable starts with a consonant and the vowel u, aleph, shurik, u, and then the next syllable starts with a vet, a seri, and a nun sufit, or a nun, final nun. So it's re u vein, re u vein. That's the name for Reuben. And number 8 is chek, and it's a monosyllable. It's a one-syllable word, so it doesn't. It's just as it is right there. You have the chet, the seri yod, and the kof here. So got your historical long vowel of the seri yod here. And so that is an accented syllable right there. All right, let's go ahead and bring us up a little bit here and get down here to number 9. We would pronunciate this as u-ri-ya. You have a dagesh in the yod. Now, some people think that may be a dagesh in a vav, but that actually is the shurik, a vowel. So we would start with aleph, shurik, and then we'd break the line, put a line down here, and we would say resh, hirik, yod. Since we have the dagesh forte in that yod, we'd put a vertical line, then we'd start out the next final syllable with yod, comments hey. Uriya. Uriya. Number 10, we have Shavu'ah. So what we do here, this is a vocal shava because it's up under the first consonant here. So Shavu, this is a soft vet. This is a vet. Instead of a bet, it's a vet. Shavu'ah. Alright, so Shin and Shava, break that syllable. Vet and Shurik, break that syllable. Ayin, Chametz, Hey. Shavuah. Number 11 is Anachnu. Anachnu. The accent's right here on the Nach. So we would go Aleph and Hatif Patak. Break that syllable and put Nun, Patak, Chet with a non-vocal Shava up under it. Because remember, gutturals can take a Shava, but it's always non-vocal. It's never vocal. Resh is the only one that takes a vocal shava. And then we have nu. So we have consonant vowel, consonant, and then consonant vowel. So anachnu. Okay, number 12 we have tefillah. Tefillah. We have the tav with the shava, and that would be a vocal shava under the first consonant. And that is that's a dagish lane in that tav right there. It's a big fat letter, and it's not following a vowel, so we know that is a dagesh lane. All right, we have a fe and a hirik. Okay, so what we're going to do, the first syllable is going to be a tav with a dagesh and a shava. Put a vertical line, a fe, a hirik, and a lamed. Since you got this dagish forte in the lamed, that means doubling dagesh. Then you start the third syllable with lamed, comments, and hey. Tefillah. tefillah, tefillah. All right, number 13 we have is torot. We start out with the tav, which is this is a dagesh lane, and the hole and vav. It's a long syllable right here. Break that. Start again with the resh, the hole and vav, and the tav. Torot, torot. All right, number 14 is mitok. What we would do here, we do have a dagesh forte. Now this is a dagesh in this tav here, and the question we'd ask is this a begakafat letter? Yes, it is a begakafat letter, so it could either be a lane A or a forte. So we have to ask ourselves the next question is it proceeding, is it following a short vowel? And if it is following short vowel, then that is a dagesh forte because it's doubling the tav and that's closing the first syllable, and the next tav opens the final syllable for tok. So you'd make a division here. You'd have mem, hirik, tav with a vertical line, then tav, hol and vav, kaf sofit, or final kaf at the end. Mit tok, mit tok. Okay, great. All right, let's go ahead and go to 15 here. We have 15 here is Lila. And what we do is we break the accent. The accent's on the first, Lila. Accent's on the first syllable here. So it's Lamed, Patak, Yod with a non-vocal Shava. Remember, this Shava is following a short vowel, so it's going to be non-vocal. And then we have Lamed, Comets, Hey. La, La. Number 16 is Lema'an. The accent is on the second syllable here. You have the Lamed with the Shava, which is vocal, because under the first consonant. That's your first syllable. Ma, Mim, and a Patak. And then your third syllable will be Ayin, Patak, Nun, Sofit, or Nun, final Nun. Lema'an. Number 17 here we have is Mitzrayim. We would break this syllable as a mem hirik with a sade with a non-vocal shava because it's following that short vowel of a hirik. Start the next syllable with a resh, patak, yod, hirik, mem sufit, or final mem. And so we have meets, rhyme. Meets, rhyme. Number 18 we have is a hit palel. And I'm going to raise this up here a little bit here. Hit palel is you would break this off and you would have a hey, a hirik, a tav, and then the shava. You would break this syllable right here. You would start the new syllable with a pei, a patak, and a lamed. Now this first, since you have a closed syllable right here, this dagesh is in a begakafat letter. It's in a letter pei. It's one of the begakafat letters. So you say, is this a begakafat letter? You say, yes, it is. Is it following a vocal vowel? And because this shava is not vocal, it is not following a vocal vowel. So then this is a dagesh lane. This is a hardening dagesh. It hardens that into a pei. So you have the hirik. You'd have the hey, the hirik, the tav with the shava, one syllable. Then you start the p. It would be pei, patak, and then lamed. Since this is a dagesh forte, and another syllable. And then the next syllable, the final syllable, will start with a lamed, a sere, and a lamed. So you would have it as hit pal lel, hit pal lel. Number 19 is memal leot, memal leot. You have a mem with a shava as your first syllable. Put a break right there. Start your second syllable is mem, patak, um, lamed. Okay, it'll be your second syllable. Then your third syllable will be lamed and shava. This is a vocal shava, although it's following after a short vowel because it does have a dagesh forte. It creates another syllable. So in your third syllable is lamed shava, and then you have in your fourth syllable the aleph, holem vav, and tav. Ot. Me mal leot. Me mal leot. Okay, number 20 is chatat. You have the chet and the patak and the dagish forte in that tet. You know it's a dagish forte because it's a non-pagadic letter, so it's got to be dagish forte. Chet, patak, tet, and then the next syllable starts with tet, comments, aleph, tav. It's just two syllables. Cha, chat, tat, chat, tat. So chatat. That's how you pronounce it. Chatat. Now number 21 is you have the mem, milate, milate, and we understood because the aleph basically is quiescent in these two, 20 and 21. It actually is included. It's not pronunciated or anything, and it's actually included in just the last part of the last syllable here. So you got mem, hirik, lamed. We know this is a dagesh forte because it's a non-vagabond letter. So it's mem, hirik, lamed. Then the next lamed starts lamed, sere, aleph, tav. Milate, milate in here. All right, number 22 is pa'amim, pa'amim, and we break it down this way: pa, pay. That's a dogish lane, gives that hard sound pa. Then the aim with the hatef patak, pa and then mime, and this is a actually this is a diphthong in here. You got a mem with a patak, a yod hirik. So it's just three syllables. Pa-a-mime. Pa-a-mime. Accents on the last syllable here. So that's good. And I hope that everything worked out fine on you right there. It's fairly simple. Like I said, just keep working with it on the breakdown. Once you learn that the Hebrew has to start with a consonant and have one vowel, the syllables can either be open syllables or closed syllables. And then that pretty much determines your dagesh fortes and your vocal shavas, non-vocal shavas. So all that stuff works together. Um, again, on our breakout sessions, you can ask any question up to that date concerning the different lessons and stuff too. So be sure to go to our website at tobysplace.org and click on the link for breakout sessions for the video on demand classes. So let's go ahead and go to 23. 23 here is basically vat te shalak. Vat te shalak. And reason why this is, you ask yourself, is this a dogish forte or a dogish lane? And it isn't a Begakavat letter, so it could be a dogish lane, but it is following a vocal vowel. So, of the patak. So it is a dagesh forte. So it's vat, te, shalak. So what you do is you'd have the vav with the patak and the tav as one syllable, and then the tav and the shava as another syllable. Then the shin and the patak and the lamed as another syllable, and then the lamed and the patak and the chet as your final syllable. So you actually got one, vat, two, te, shal, three, lach, four. Four syllables there. Vate shalak. All right, number 24 here is ma'amad. And so what we do is we break it down. We got the consonant here and then the vowel, the comments. We break that. We got um, the ayin, which is a consonant, and then the hatef comments up under it. We break another syllable. We start with mem, comments, and dalet. Ma'amad is how we pronunciate that. 25 is hamot seot, and we have basically the hay and the patak with a double indigesh because mem is a non-bagakivat letter, so we know it doubles. So it'd be we would go hey patak mem, and then mem holum. Then we break the third syllable would be sade sade shiva. Next syllable would go aleph holum vav tav. Hamot seot. Hamot seot. So hamot seot be four syllables on 25 right here. Number 26 we have here is vai vai kan u vai kan u here. So we have basically what you haven't studied yet. This is actually a conjunction. This is a vav, patak, yod, and shava. It breaks right here at this syllable here. Because this is closing, this is a non-vocal shava. It's closing, it's following a short vowel, so it's closing the syllable off. Then you have kof, patak, nun, and shava. This is a non-vocal shava because this is following a short vowel, patak also. Then your third syllable, it would be u, the aleph and the shurik. So we got vai, kan, u. Vai, kan, u. Number 27 is meragel. Meragel. You would start with the mem and the shava. That's a vocal shava. Me. Then that's your first syllable. Break it there. Have your resh and your patak and your gimel for your second syllable. And then start your third syllable with your gimel, your sere, and your lamed. Meragel, meragel, meragel is how you would pronunciate that. Three syllables long. 28 is vayit kabesu, vayit chabeu. And so we're going to go through this one here. This one you would start with the vav and the patak and the yod. Gives you that vi sound. And then since that's a doubling dagesh, you got two yods here. So one is vav, patak, yod. The next syllable starts out as yod, hirik, tav with a non-vocal shava. So we break that syllable here. The next one would be chet, patak, and then the chet, patak, and then bait. And then the next syllable, since this is a doubling dagesh, then that way in that bait, then basically what you have here is one bait closes off that syllable with the chet and begins the other one with the u. So it starts be and then the last one's u. So vai yit cha beu. Vayit cha beu. This is actually five syllables in number 28. 5 syllables, and number 28 here. Number 29, we have the noon. Okay, we go ne'emnu, ne'emnu. And so it breaks down this way: the noon and the segal, the aleph segal with the mem and the non-vocal shava. Remember, segal is a short vowel, and the next syllable is noon and shurik. Ne'emnu, ne'emnu is how you'd break that down. It's 3 syllables long. Number 30 is a little tricky one right here because you got to remember that Hebrew's consonant syllables have to start with a consonant. And you may think this is a shurik right here, a vowel, but this is actually a doubling. It's a doubling of the vav right here. So it's not a shurik, it's not a vowel, it's actually a doubling of the consonant vav. So what you would do is you'd have the yod, the hirik, and the vav, yiv, and then the vav and the comments is another syllable, and then the dalet, the patak, and the yod and the ayin in the final syllable. Yivada, yivada is how you pronounce it. Yivada, 3 syllables long here. Okay, so next section we're going to go into, let's go ahead and identify this here under whether it's a dagesh forte or dagesh lene in these letters, and whether the shavas are silent or vocal, just to make sure we look at the rules and we understand how everything works. So we're going to start with the first one. It's beracha. The shava is vocal under the bet, and so is a dagesh lene. We have Dagesh Lene, vocal shava. Isha, or Isha, um, we have here, and this Dagesh in this shin is non-begakafat, so it's got to be forte. And so that's all we have to answer there. It closes this syllable and it begins in the last syllable here. Khatat, khatat. Okay, this is a Dagesh forte. Again, it's a non-begakafat letter. And it's used to close this syllable with chet and to open a new syllable here with a tet right there. Okay, batim. You got the dagish. The dagesh in there is a lane because it's in a begakafet letter, and it is not following any vocal vowel. And the dagesh in the tav is a forte. Dagish forte is a double dagesh. It is a begakafet letter, but it is following a vocal vowel of the comments right here. So that makes it a doubling dagesh. Number 5 is itanu. Itanu. You have basically a doubling dagesh, a dagesh forte in the tav here. It is a begakafet letter, but it is following a short vowel right here. It is following a vocal vowel. And so it is a doubling dagesh. Number 6, chukah. Chukah. You have is the dagesh forte because kof is a non-begakafet letter. It has to be a double dagesh or dagesh forte. Kiseh. Kiseh. The kaf, the dagesh in the kaf is actually a lane. It's a begakafet letter and it's not following a vowel. And the dagesh in the samik is a doubling dagesh because samik is not a begakafet letter. So kaf is lene, samik is forte. Malcha, malcha. The dagesh in the kaf is a lene because it is the begakafet letter and it is not following a vocal vowel. This shava is non-vocal, so it's closing the syllable off. It's actually as if it's following after this lamed here. Okay, mishpat, mishpat. So The mishpat is you got the dagish lene in the pay because there's a non-vocal shava up under the shin because it is following a short vowel. Just like Malka, Kaf was the lene and the shava was non-vocal because it's following a short vowel here too. And we got ata. Ata is a dagesh forte in the tav. It's a begakvat letter, but it is following a vocal vowel. So that's the reason why. Okay, now let's get down to number 11. Number 11 is davar. The dagesh in the dalet is a lane because it's a begakvat letter and it's not following a vowel. Uriah, the dagesh in the yod here is a Dublin dagesh because it's non-begakvat letter. Atena is a dagesh forte because it's following it is begakvat letter, but it is following a vocal vowel here. So it is a forte, a dagesh forte. Atena, Atena, three syllables here. Okay, let's get down here to number 14 here. We got ketanim, and we have a shavab under the kaf, under the kof. So that's vocal shavab under the kof, and then we have a dagesh forte in the noon, because noon is a non-begagapat letter. So katanim, and then hagid is you have a gimel, and that's a begakapet letter. It could be a lane, but it's not a lane because it's following a vocal vowel, a hirik, a short vowel here. So one gimel closes this syllable, and another gimel opens the other syllable, begins the other syllable. So hopefully you've gotten down fairly well those things, and understanding how to use the doggish forte between doggish forte and doggish lane, whether the shavas are vocal or non-vocal. Again, as I said before, be sure to sign up or click on the outbreak sessions that we have scheduled during the week. I'll try to I should have one for the daytime for those who work at night, and one for nighttime for those who work during the day, so that you'll be able to participate in the sessions. Again, it is mandatory that you have bought the grammar book and the workbook on our website through our link, so that way we can verify that everyone has purchased the book and the workbook. Um, that's what our working relationship with the publisher is, being able to use this software. And so we have in our live sessions, everyone was required and verified that. So even more so in our video on demands, it's imperative that we have verification of that in there. And so we've chosen to have people purchase through our link to Amazon, and thus we keep a count with Amazon on all the books, and they usually have the cheapest prices of all anyhow. Okay. All right. Well, until next session, shalom, and may His peace be upon you. Thank you.